Rashad Robinson, standout from James Madison. Look, man, I had a different question to lead off with, but I can't take my eyes off that left hand. Is your arm tired?
Not
You've been walking around with that on your hand all day long?
Not at all.
Golly.
Trying to get another one.
Okay, I heard that.
Yeah.
Preseason CAA Defensive Player of the Year last year, everything was looking up, and I don't mean to start this thing on a downer, but suffered the foot/toe injury and ended up missing all of last season. I think that is really the place to start here because your story is one of expectations followed by redemption. So if you could take me back to that moment, and you're sitting there, you guys are rolling, and you're about to start your season, and then that happens. What did that feel like, and how were you able to battle through that?
I remember it like it was yesterday. It was the last week of camp, actually, the very last week, the last Saturday of camp. And I did it and got the MRI. I'm thinking it's just a normal, regular foot injury. Feel like I stumped my toe. And then they said the swelling and stuff didn't go down after a couple of days, and I couldn't walk in the shoe. And then when they gave me the news, I instantly, tears just started rolling, emotionally. And because all I heard was 6 months. And I'm like, man, you mean to tell me I won't be able to suit up again until next August, like a whole year? So it was, honestly, I could say it was the toughest thing I ever went through in my life. But I got to give a big shout out to all the guys in that locker room that was there for me and helped me get through it every week. Guys were checking on me all season, and I can kind of pick my spirits up, and it just turned into me being blessed to have the opportunity to have another year because, like a lot of people say, it was my senior year, but I didn't redshirt. So, if I would have redshirted, it would have been career-ending, it would have been over. So I'm just blessed to even have the opportunity to come back, and redeem myself.
Yeah, obviously nobody would choose to have that happen, and if you could go back and change it, you may or may not. But what type of thing can an athlete, and you in particular, take from a situation like that and make a negative into a positive? Mm-hmm. Or how did you go about doing that?
Basically just not take anything for granted. Every practice, every rep, every drill, I was just, I was loving it up, and just in the snap of a finger, everything was taken away. So then when I come back this year, it's just not taking anything for granted, And I wouldn't change anything because I believe everything does happen for a reason. And that's what I was, telling my teammates because they was all asking me how was I getting through it. And I say, man, I'm just gonna try to come back bigger and better and stronger, faster than I did last year, and just try to redeem myself, like you said.
No doubt. So I heard that Coach Cignetti compared you to two players, Phillip Rivers and Julio Jones. And he said you're like them. Mm-hmm. And I think what he meant by that is that's the mentality that you have. That's the type of player that you are. Can you elaborate on that and what that means to hear your coach say something like that?
It's truly, truly an honor and a blessing. My mom even called and told me about, the little article that she read that my name was even mentioned into a future Hall of Famers. I would never thought, growing up that would even be the factor. But I just take it as I just try to, be the hardest worker, have the highest IQ, and just never stop working. I'm competing with somebody every day, and I want to win everything that I do. And I kind of took it upon myself, that I'm not just competing with, guys on the team for a spot or guys in the conference. There's guys worldwide that want to, get to where I am, and there's kids all across the country that would die to have the opportunities that I have. So I just try to use that mindset to motivate myself.
Definitely.
Being a teammate with a guy like Jimmy Mullen, you see. You work with him day in, day out, and then you see him go to the league and get drafted. What does that do for you, to show you that you can do it from James Madison?
Oh, yeah, motivation. Jimmy Mullen is one of the closest guys that I've become in my 4 years at JMU, and we talk 24/7 all the time, and he just, gives me motivation every day. Just, man, look at me, I'm not there yet. I still got to make the team, but we can do it from FCS, and you have the talent to do it. So we try to help each other. I give him pointers, he gives me pointers. We check on each other, but it really does give me a whole lot of motivation to say, he can get invited to the Senior Bowl, he can go get drafted and things like that. And it just puts a big spotlight on JMU that guys here can ball.
No question. I have to ask, obviously, Coach Houston, probably, your guy for the first part of your career, and he leaves to go to East Carolina, and you guys accomplished so much while he was at James Madison. But the individual replacing him, Coach Cignetti, heck of a run at Elon. Oh, yeah. So what has the transition been like from, obviously from Houston to Cignetti?
Oh, yeah, it's been a very smooth transition. Coach Cignetti is is a very well-known name, especially him coming from somebody working with somebody like Nick Saban. He really knows the culture of winning, and we've had that culture at JMU. So he came in with very, very high expectations, as he should. So we just been working hard and living up to those expectations and trying to stay focused.
Now, I want to take a step back, if I could, because your journey to this point, you know, one of the top players at the FCS level, for that matter, one of the top defensive backs in the country, I think we could say, has been nothing if not unique. And obviously, at the high school level, you know, Rivals of 24/7 gave you a grand total of 0 stars. You're a quarterback. You end up at James Madison, and you turn yourself into one of the premier defensive backs in the country. Can you just, for those that don't know your story, can you just talk through that process, coming from where you came from to where you are now?
Wow, yeah, it's kind of is unique. You know, I didn't play a down of defensive back. I played maybe 2 downs at safety my entire high school career. Played strictly quarterback. Had every offer was for athlete except one offer. My very first offer was for quarterback at Army, but I knew I was too small. I was 5'10", 160 pounds coming out of high school. But going into freshman year, it was kind of the toughest year I've had at JMU, especially I'm behind the 8 ball at Division I, playing cornerback. Everyone's out there, you know, with the technique and all that, and I'm just an athlete out there. But just hard work and consistency and just trusting the process, you know, and it just helped me get to where I am today.
Is there anything that you were able to take from playing quarterback in high school to apply that to being a DB and kind of see things through the lens of a quarterback flipped on the other side of the
field? Yeah, I get
field?
asked that a lot. Absolutely. I really feel like they helped me with my IQ, especially how routes are supposed to be ran, the depth of how important depth of routes are, and especially the timing of routes and things like that, and different concepts route-wise. It really helped me coming up through college.
Now, I know Kyle did a little research on social media, and what was the thing that...
So I was looking at your Twitter yesterday, and you seem to be really into the NBA free agency.
Oh, yeah.
So who are you a fan of, first of all?
Warriors.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Even after the trade,
All right,
Warriors.
can you take this mic off?
Warriors.
What was the craziest, what do you think of the Warriors' moves first? Getting
Warriors
D'Angelo
moves?
Russell?
He's gonna fit in.
Okay.
It's gonna be a sweeper. All we need now is a big man. We need a star big man. You know, Willie Cauley-Stein, he's gonna get the job done. But if we get a good big man in free agency, we're gonna be back on top, especially when Clay get back.
Okay.
Everyone's sleeping on the Warriors right now.
How you feeling about KD?
KD, I mean, everyone's seen it coming, you know, but I'm just glad he didn't go to like the Lakers or something like that.
Well, it's nice that y'all saw it coming because I'm a Thunder fan and we didn't see it coming.
Yeah, oh yeah,
So-
yeah. I would be mad if I was a Thunder, but everyone's on the Lakers train right now. But you gotta hold your horses because you know the Clippers and Warriors.
Yeah, the Clippers might have something for them.
And can't forget about the Rockets too, because Russ and James Harden. That's gonna be.
Why are you taking shots at me, Rashad? We just met. We just met. All right, man, so off of basketball, back onto football. Looking ahead to 2019, team goals, individual goals for yourself, what are they?
Try to win every game. Try to go 1-0 every week. That's something that's been our motto since, you know, Coach Houston got there, and we just kept that culture going in the locker room. Try to go 1-0 every week because we do play in the best conference in the nation, and as we seen last year, any team can win any game on any given Saturday in our conference, you know. And every year it is a sweeper team that will catch you off guard. And so we just try to go 1-0 every week, and then eventually win the conference and try to go and run at that national championship again.
Sure.
Individual goals, I try not to set those just because I try to focus on the team goals first, because winning those individual goals with your team going, you know, 500 or below, it really doesn't mean anything. You know, it just means that, you know, y'all didn't get the job done. So I just try to set my team goals, and individual goals will come as they come.
So not only do you guys play in the toughest FCS conference, you start the season at West Virginia,
Oh, yeah.
you know, an established
Oh,
Power
here we
5
go.
program. No, I'm
Kyle's
from West Virginia,
Virginia.
big
Okay,
West
okay.
Virginia fan. But so first of all, take it easy on them. And what do you circle that like on the calendar, like, hey, this is the time for us to show the country like what we're about?
Absolutely. I think anyone would, you know, be telling them how they say they didn't circle. It's a chance to play, you know, in one of the most well-known programs in the nation, you know, and that conference, Big 12 conference, is tremendous. And I know that stadium is going to be, you know, out of control. Like, they've always had a tremendous crowd, and I'm really looking forward to, you know, having the opportunity to play against those guys and show what, you know, JMU is made of.
Well, I tell you what, man, we're looking forward to watching you play this
Yes,
year, watching
appreciate
JMU
it.
play this year. We couldn't be more excited about this partnership and thrilled to meet you. Thanks for your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rashad.
No problem.
It was awesome.